How did you feel the night that you came out to me? And I was on my video game playing 2K, and he was like, "Hey, Koby, I gotta tell you something."
It was very, coordinated.
And how did you feel when I freaked out? Cause when you told me that, and you came out to me, that wasn't like what? Like, I freaked out, and I went and told mom and dad. How'd you feel?
I probably would have, if it would have been, because you was my person, like, you was my twin brother. I didn't come out to my sisters. I didn't come out to mom or dad. I didn't come out to my best friend. I came out to you, because you was my twin brother. You was the person I thought I was going to go through high school with, and I was going to be 100% myself. And then to, realize, like, damn, like, you looked at me like I was a monster. Like, there was something wrong with me. And I remember that day like it was yesterday. I mean, I've definitely gotten over it, but it could have been worse, Like, what if you wasn't my brother? What if I
feel like if I was in your shoes, me and you would not be talking to this day. Like, I was over dramatic about the whole situation. I mean, I apologize. Like, I don't know if I ever apologized. I'm sorry I did that, because like,
it's okay.
If you did that to me, I probably wouldn't talk to you, because like, that's big. Like, you came out to me, you told me, like, that was big, and I like just ran to mom and dad and was like, bro, what the fuck's wrong with him? And
I've dealt with worse, like, growing up in the AME church system. Like, I love him to death. But remember that time I
know exactly what you're
we
about
was
to
in
say.
church, and we were singing in choir, we were praise dancing, and this was the first Sunday that we actually got dad to go to church. He came to church, and there was a guest pastor from Columbus, and this pastor literally had all the young people, including you and me, get in a circle. He tried to pray the gay away, basically. He was like, he said, the spirit of homosexuality, he said, out of this room, and dad knew. I've never told him, but he knew, and he looked, and he was like shaking his head, was looking at me, kept on trying to check on me or whatever, and it was just like, I was wondering, like, if our pastor, our home pastor, if he was going to like cut that out, and he never did. But
I'm surprised no one stepped. I mean, I feel like, I mean, including me, like if I was to see some shit like that today, it'd be hell. If you seen something like that today in our church, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen at all. I mean, everyone in the church that just let that go on, they're just weak, like flat out. Like,
the highest demographic of suicides in the United States is, Black LGBTQ persons. Like I said, my situation could have been completely different. There's been times, I've been that low or, had those thoughts, but the love that I received from, mom and dad, my siblings, you outweighed anything. And I always think about that. Like, yeah, we are all pretty much the same, and we have our differences, but let's answer the next question. What's the most ridiculous thing you've seen me do?
Make a teacher cry.
Oh my God.
You made a teacher cry in like middle school, and I remember this one time, I think it was like 7th grade, and the teacher made me cry. Cause I don't know, the teacher made me cry, and like you went, I don't know, you went crazy.
All right, let's rewind back.
Her.
I don't tolerate that. Teachers are supposed to teach, not humiliate kids. So she just was, furious, in tears, ran to the office, and I didn't get in trouble. She had to sit down with the principal and the vice principal about that. That was, a whole thing. Yeah.
What are your 3 favorite memories we share?
My favorite memory, one of my favorite memories is probably when we graduated high school. I don't know if it was when we was arguing about something, but I don't know what kind of tension there was. But one of my memories is just the day you we got in a situation where it was like I was saying that you weren't there, you weren't like defending me in certain circumstances at school, and you like basically shut me up because you said that like going through middle school and going through high school, there'd be a lot of stuff that would happen that I didn't see because I was like super involved in school. But like say someone was talking about like my mannerisms being like flamboyant, or talking about how I always talk about like Black history or indigenous history. People would always like have comments, little pecks, because we went to predominantly white school, and someone always had something to say, whether it was about me being gay or super politically involved, and you would put people in their place, or whether that be like me hanging out with girls, more so people in middle school would see that, and you told me like you would tell people like, nah, that's my brother, like y'all gotta chill on that. And I never knew that you did that until we was in the moment of that argument. And it kind of like, I don't know, it just gave me reassurance. It rooted me to understand that like nothing really ever changed. Like we always been like real close brothers. What role have you seen me play in our community, and what has it taught you about me?
What role I've seen you play in our community is, I already said it, like you're like a leader, and a lot of people will look up to you for things. Even I look up to you. You do a lot of things that people wouldn't want to do. You get your hands dirty.
You think it was the right decision to stay and not like go and pursue like, go away for college?
Was it the right decision? I think it was the right decision for you to stay. The reason being is there's a lot of unfinished work here. We worked at the community center like the past 3 years. You was like 4 years in. There's a lot of work that's unfinished. If you leave, it's just gonna be the same old Zanesville, bro.
Think about that.
Like who's gonna lead a fucking Black Lives Matter protest or a LGBTQ protest? No one. You was the only one that stepped up and did it.
My dream school before the pandemic hit, my list of colleges that I was wanting to apply for, top of my list was Howard University in Washington, D.C. And I think about it all the time, like what would be different if I would have, pursued that, going away for college. I don't regret, I don't have any regrets, but I always say, what if? And yeah, I don't know. We always have been like interlocked with. I don't know what you could say. I don't know. I don't think I can just move out of state and be fine with it. Like, and you be all the way in another state. Just because if you was to have kids, or if I was to have kids, like I don't do distant thing. I'm not doing it with my brother, my twin brother. That just, But outside of that, you can acknowledge like all the work that I do, but you also contribute to it. And other people, like when I had, you know, my launch event, like there was nothing but like, there was like family there was friends and my campaign team and different people from the community, but there wasn't that much like family. We have a lot of family in Zanesville. There's like, oh, well, I'll be there and you're gonna never show up. Or, oh, well, he's organizing a protest and never pop in. So yeah, that is something difficult that I deal with all the time is, yeah. If this were to be our last conversation, what's the one thing you'd never want me to forget?
So if I was packing my bags and I was flying to Antarctica.
Or if you was on your deathbed, you know.
First off, I'd let you know how much I love you. And secondly, I will tell you to never give up on your dream, because I feel that you're going to change this world one day. You're going to change it at this local level in this little community, and then it's just going to get bigger and bigger, and you're going to change the world.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for being here. It's Nick from The Skin Deep, and we really appreciate you being a part of our community. So if you want to take it to the next level, if you want to stay more connected, go to theskindeep.com/subscribe. We got promos, we got new videos, we got new products, all that fun stuff lives there. So if you love what we're doing and you want to stay in the loop, check it out. And otherwise, thank you so much for being here.